There's Terrell, Tremaine, and Trey. Terrell and Trey play for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and Tremaine's on the Buffalo Bills. Kind of talk to us about, you guys' college recruitment. You guys ended up at Virginia Tech. Were there any other schools that could have got you or had your interest or anything like that?
Yeah. So, I started off for me, I had a nice little number. I can't remember exactly how many, but I had I narrowed it down to, it was Virginia Tech, Maryland, I think it was Wake Forest, and USC. And, those were the schools I narrowed it down to. I probably had about 15 offers or so. I didn't have some of these guys got 30-some offers, but I had about 15. So, I had a good selection to choose from. And people think I probably just went there because Trey and Real went there. But, Coach Foster, he was defensive coordinator there, man. He was a great coach. And you feel me? I feel like he was going to put me in the best position, man. So that's why I chose Tech.
Okay.
I'll go second. For me, only had a handful of offers. I had Virginia Tech, Cincinnati, UNC, and Hampton. So from there, Trey was already at the Virginia Tech. I like Virginia Tech. Again, like Tremaine said, from the defensive standpoint. And then every year they had a DB drafted. So I was already thinking ahead. I had the vision that I already wanted to go ahead and go to the league. So it was like, if I just go there and I produce like I thought I was going to produce, then hopefully I had that shot to go to the next level. And it's a blessing that I'm in now. But, yeah, definitely I like Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech was good to us, man. It was a good school.
Yeah, with me, man, I had a good selection of offers, but for me, I didn't really want to go too far, so I kind of eliminated the schools that were too far away. It wasn't that, I wanted to, like I was homesick or anything like that, but I just didn't want to go too far because I wanted my family and my friends to be able to come see me and come to the games and all of that stuff. So, I narrowed it down to about 4 or 5 schools, and I'll never forget, I went on an unofficial visit, and I went up there with David Wilson, Big Will. He was a running back at George Washington High School at the time. Well, he was running back at Virginia Tech at the time. And I went up there to visit him, man, and just fell in love with the campus. The first time I went, day one, I fell in love with the campus, man, and I just knew, like, I envisioned myself being there, and it was just a place I wanted to go, and they were one of my first offers. I think they were like my second or third or something like that, one of my first ones. And it was just to go from that point, man. And just playing for Coach Frank Beamer, I couldn't ask for anything more.
So what year was David in when you went up there and visited?
It was his last year.
It was his last year. Okay, so it was right before you got that bank.
Yeah.
And David Wilson was a problem.
A problem. And I'm talking about not just a problem, the David Wilson y'all hear about in NFL, but if you look back from GW high school all the way up, like Trey was following in literally his twin shoes when it came to just the ball of the back. Like y'all both was
that guy was serious on the field, man. Big shout out to him.
Yeah, for sure. Did y'all play? Did D1Tez play with y'all too? Did D play with y'all?
Yeah.
Okay. What? So how many years did you play with? How many years did y'all play with him, Maine and Real?
I played with him 3 years. I played with him 2.
Okay. I got you. Okay.
Yeah, I played with him 2 as well.
I got you.
Yeah, I'm tripping. I played with him 2. I said 3. I meant 2.
I was about to say, how you play with him 3 now?
Yeah, that's what I'm over there trying to figure out. Look, I'm trying to figure it out too. Yeah, it's 2 years.
Nah, because he got there my 10th grade year.
Okay, but he got there your 10th grade year, but he was a junior.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Got you. So you got his junior and senior year, so you would have been your sophomore and junior year.
Yeah.
Got you. I got you. Yeah, no, that's what's up though, bro. So y'all, so with Vatech and everything, y'all, Trey, I guess this is more for you. So when you was at Vatech, like, just tell me about your time there, and then tell me about your transition from there to Maryland. Just talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, man, it was nothing but love at Virginia Tech, ever since the first day. Believe it or not, man, my initial position at Virginia Tech was to play like a hybrid linebacker, like one of those outside linebacker type moves or whatever, but I redshirted my first year, and my second year, man, we had so many injuries at running back, and we were gearing up to play Alabama the first game of the season. They had just come up the national championship season, so we were about to play them. And I started running back at the time, who was J.C. Coleman. He had gotten hurt maybe less than 2 weeks before the game, and we were so thin at depth, man, and they said, listen, Trey, because I kind of been learning both, the offensive playbook and the defensive playbook. And they was like, listen, we're going to work you out here. We know you can play here. Like, we saw you in high school. you want to play? And I'm just like, yeah, like, because at that time, I just want to get on the field. You know, I'm not thinking long term. I just want to play. I've already set out an entire year. At this point, I just want to play, man. So that's how I got thrown into that whole running back situation, and went out versus Alabama, man, had a pretty good game, and the rest
you
is
had
history,
over 100 yards, right?
Yeah, man. I think I went for like 130 something that game, something.
Yeah. We did a little research on you.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
That's crazy though, because I never knew that you went like it was like that like quick of a transition for you. I knew that you did transfer over, but I didn't know it was like so sudden. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Yeah, it was sudden, but you know, my whole experience at Virginia Tech was great, man. You know, I kind of got bit by that injury bug. You know, got injured the last game of that season. The first game I came back in the next season, got injured again, was out for that season. Played through my third year, and then got injured again at the end of that season. So it was just, man, I couldn't stay on the field. You know, I couldn't stay healthy. I was always in the training room rehabbing and trying to come back. It was like I was playing catch up my entire college career, you know, and I was just afraid that I wasn't going to have enough film out there because, honestly, my freshman year was the only year I played a full season. You know, and still that was the last game I didn't play, you know what I'm saying? So I guess the opportunity to transfer, you know, I had graduated at the time, and the opportunity to transfer kind of presented itself, man. And, you know, I just took it. You know, it was nothing against Virginia Tech. Like I said, man, my time there was nothing short of an amazing time. You know, everybody showed me love, from the coaching staff to the trainers to my teammates, man. And it was a hard decision. You know, honestly, it was one of the hardest decisions I've had to make. It was
a decision that, like you said, you had to make, though. You know what I'm saying? It was for you.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure ViTech understood you gave it your all there. I know they do.
Absolutely, man.
For sure. So, like, what about your time in Maryland? Just talk about just kind of like the difference of being there and just kind of being at Tech and just the time that you spent there.
Yeah, man. Kind of similar story, man. You know, I got there. It was a new coaching staff. Just a whole new everything, new identity, new everything. So I'm thinking I could start off fresh, man. I'm finally healthy for once, and I'm just ready to go. You know, it's a lot of guys there. A few guys I knew, a few guys that I got recruited with, man, and I'm just ready to roll, man. So in Big Ten, you know, it was the Big Ten versus the ACC, which I think they both have spectacular competition, but, you know, at the same time, it's different. So I'm ready to go, man, but fourth game, you know, kind of similar situation, man. I'm in practice. I'm doing a drill, and I'm breaking my foot, you know, so that kind of sidelined me for the rest of that season, man. So I only played 4 games at Maryland, but, you know, I learned a lot. You know, all the time I spent, you know, sitting down and sitting away from the sport, I was able to really think and really put a lot of things into perspective, you know, and I was able to grow in a lot of other areas, you know, that was not just on the field, you know, so that kind of groomed me and matured me way quicker, you know, than I probably would have if I would have been playing every year, making plays every Saturday or whatever like that. So, you know, I definitely think that my journey was nothing short of God's plan. You know, I couldn't have envisioned it to be like that, not playing a full year in college, only playing 4 and 5, 6 games a year, you know, but, man, I think that God kept giving me chances, you know, because he wanted me to prove something, and he wanted me to be an example for somebody else, you know.
Sure. And that's the main reason, you know what I'm saying? I got a little bit deeper into yours, bro, because it takes talking about hard times to talk about good times, because look where you're at now, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely,
like, unlike Maine and Terrell, which I won't say they had it easier, but they didn't face as many tribulations as far as like stuff that they couldn't control, you know what I'm saying, which is injuries. It's controllable to a certain extent, you know. So that's the main reason I wanted you to just talk about that, just to, like, you know, just enthuse other people, you know what I'm saying? No matter how much you go through, you know, always got to keep fighting, and it's always a fighting chance, for sure.
Got to keep going, man. That's for sure. If I can give anybody a piece of advice, man, it's just you never know when it's over until it's over. You know what I'm saying? And you never know when you can play your last game. You know, there was so many times where I thought it was my last game, and I cried real tears, man. I'm talking grown man really crying. You know, there were times where I couldn't do absolutely nothing but watch others. You know what I'm saying? So just, man, to my younger athletes, you know, even my professional athletes, man, whoever it is, whatever profession, don't even have to be athletics, man, but just whatever you do, give it your all, because you never know when it could be your last chance, and you don't never want to just leave what you love on a sour note.
True talk. And yeah, since we still talking about just Virginia Tech in a little bit, y'all just talk about just some of the moments that y'all shared there together. I know one of the biggest moments I saw for y'all was just that kickoff when y'all ran down the field
against Ohio State.
And they had y'all on TV like the first time ever, I think it was in NCAA sports, 3 brothers on the same team in the same play. You know what I'm saying? Just talk about some moments like that y'all had at Tech. I'll let you start it off, man.
It was crazy, bro, that it happened like that because I was a freshman coming in. I was 17 years old, bro.
That's crazy.
And I was 17, bro, so I didn't know coming in, you feel me, what was going to happen as far as me redshirting or not, because I didn't know if they thought I was too young. But, I was, on the cocky side a little bit. I was a baller, though, man, so of course I wanted to play. But, when they made the decision, man, to do that, and not just to do that, bro, but to put us all side by side, I think that's really what made it, a special moment, bro, because not just that we all on the same field, on that same play, but man, we was side by side, and it was crazy, man. We had a lot of people there, man. We didn't, crazy story is, bro, we text my mom and my dad, but we was like, make sure you get to the game on time. We got a surprise for you. We didn't even tell them, and you know what I mean, because we wanted it to really be a surprise, bro. And of course we had other people come there too because we knew about it, but we didn't tell nobody. But it was like, man, how you ain't tell me that? But at the same time, though, bro, man, it was just a moment, bro, none of us will ever forget, bro. And we was joking about it, man. We was like, we had a little prayer that we said every time, man. We just was like, yeah, man, this thing really true, and we really about to make history. So, I mean, let's just go do it big. And man, that's, just thinking about it now, it's bringing back memories, man. I got chills just thinking about it, bro, because, I mean, times like that, man, you just don't get back and you just don't forget, man. You can't take times like that for granted.
For sure, bro. That's something that not only you, but Rel and Trey dreamed about. You know what I'm saying? Even though Trey a little bit older, he knew it was a possibility that y'all could all play at Tech together once he seen, you know what I'm saying, y'all getting recruited by Tech and everything, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I know for him, how it feel for you, Trey, just to, kind of be before them, I wouldn't say hoping that it happens, but just knowing that it's a possibility that it could happen, bro.
Oh, man, it was great. That was actually our first time all being on the field together at the same time. Growing up, we never all played together at the same time.
Yeah.
High school, none of that. Virginia Tech was the very first time, and man, it was a dream come true. And the amount of love we received afterwards, but just being able to fulfill something that we love and do it together and in front of all our family and friends, man, it was just mind-blowing. It was something that I could have never truly imagined. You want to think you could imagine it, but never truly imagine it. But, that's something that we'll always remember, man, and we'll cherish that for the rest of our lives.
No doubt, bro. That's an amazing moment. I can just see Farrell and his cookie face. I already know.
Man,
I already know. It's crazy. It's so crazy. What about you, though, Rel? Just how it hit you? What's some moments that you just remember from y'all time at Tech together?
Man, just that same moment is because we all knew it was about to happen, and we all made it like a race. We're back in the backyard again. The first one down there, we running full speed, laughing. Even though it's a serious game, we running full speed, laughing, trying to figure out who the fastest, who got off the blocks the fastest. It's like a dream come true, like you said. It was really something that we always talked about, and then it finally happened. So then it was just a blessing.
No doubt. I can see it, bro.
That's crazy, the fact that all three of y'all were on the same play. And, I was watching that game live. I remember where I was at because y'all were playing Ohio State. It was on, a Monday night, right?
Yeah.
This is when they had was it Braxton Miller?
Yeah. It was
Yeah, I remember that. That's insane, though. The fact that y'all are running down the field laughing, that's hilarious.
So my question is, I'm pretty sure our fans want to know who won the race or who made the tackle.
Hey, big, we're all I'm gonna say, man, is the proof is in the pudding. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Hey, hold up, now. Hey, Rel, you can't. Come on, Rel. Always, know, you know what I'm saying. I didn't see what Trey can do on the court, but Rel, you always been fast, bro.
Come on, now. You know. I don't even gotta say a whole lot, big, but you know.
Hey, I was telling, speaking of, Rel, I was telling Cody earlier, you know what I'm saying, about how, in basketball and stuff, I was like, bro, couldn't nobody jump like you, bro. I was like, Coach Greg will put you out that jaw to get a jump ball before me. Like,
you know what I'm saying? It was crazy. He used to